Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Science and Public Policy at Walden University. And in this segment, I'm going to be going over some of the how to create responsibly artificial intelligence prompts. In this age of AI, there's a lot of different components to take into consideration as you're doing searches. Some of these apply in library searches, Google searches, but artificial intelligence has revolutionized how we look at how we look at research. So let's go and get started here. So the one that I learned in the AI training that I took as part of my university so that I can teach had this acronym, and the acronym is CLEAR, CLEAR. I'm going to summarize these and then go into a little bit more detail what CLEAR represents. So CLEAR is context, level of detail, examples, action needed, and role or perspective. So not only is it important to type in the actual topic that you're looking at, but making it more specific. And the more specific search that you have, the much more detail that will come about. So briefly describe the background or situation. I'm going to give you some examples what that means. So for a situation the responder needs to understand, and the responder here is AI. And specify how deep you want the answer. So this can give you output, pages and pages of output, or it can kind of have a superficial 30,000 feet view of what is going on. And then you can give examples, like provide sample formats, models, or types of examples. So do you want to draw a diagram? Do you want a figure? What do you want? So that's the example. Action needed, state the exact task you want done. So do you want to summarize, analyze, rewrite, generate, critique? So a lot of different writing has summaries, and then you can critically analyze what you want to do. And then role or perspective. So indicate a voice you want the responder to adopt. So that's, again, this is looking at AI. So this is the prompt framework. This is another framework that's used in AI searches. And so purpose is clear task description, scope definition, and success criteria. So what is it that you want the large language modeling to what's the purpose? And so scope definition. So narrowing as narrow as you can make the scope, the better the AI will be able to give you prompts that are more accurate and what you want to see. Results format, structure, requirements, section, organization, link, parameters. So these are what are parameters that you want in the results. What are some obstacles? So error prevention system. So some of the obstacles include boundary setting, risk mitigation, constraint defining, and then mindset, audience definition, background information, environment factors. And so as you can see, this is also kind of true with the clear format, but this is just, I wanted to present to you multiple frameworks so that you have multiple choices as to how you're going to be approaching the search on AI. And the one that's been approved by my institution is Microsoft Copilot, but the one that you want to use is a little bit more sophisticated if it's a license that has been purchased by your university. So what are I gave you mindset and then preferences, tone specification, presentation style, aesthetic guidelines, and then technical domain specific parameters. So the technical framework, domain terminology, and technical standards. So here's another framework. It's called the Rhodes framework. And then role define. So you define the role the AI is playing. Real estate analyst. So that's R. So then articulate the goal of the conversation example. Help analyze Chicago industrial cap rates. So then specific details about the objective results should include comps with XYZ characteristics. And then provide examples of ideal results. Show the AI a few examples of what a good result looks like. And then sense check. So these are ones that you can look up very easily. And so I was surprised that these are not one of the frameworks that are used. Clear is a framework. So anything that narrows your search down and makes it more specific, whether you're using Rogues, Clear, or any other framework, anything that applies for that for search engines applies for AI searches as well. So context, what background does the responder need to understand the situation? So again, this is another system. So why you're asking the question, what led to the request, who, what is involved, and any constraints or goals. So here's a quick cue. Here's what's going on. And then level of detail. How deep should the answer go? High level overview, medium detail, full deep dive. And I think we went over this in the clear in the clearer slide that we had. But the full deep dive, bullet points versus narrative, quick cue. Give me a deep dive. And then what models or samples should the response resemble? Like a quick cue, structure, scenarios, tone samples, formats. These are all the responses that you're looking for. And then action needed out of A. Clear A is action needed. What do you want done? Summarize, rewrite, analyze, generate, compare, critique. So these are all the areas for action. And then finally, the role of perspective. So what voice or expertise should the responder adopt? Teacher, strategist, therapist, historian, consultant. And there's a quick cue.